What's up everyone, welcome back. I'm Daan, a medical doctor from the Netherlands and a certified psychedelic therapist. Today we will get into another challenge that people face during psychedelic experiences, which is when old pain that has been suppressed for a very long time, sometimes years or even decades, suddenly comes to the surface. Now, when this happens, it can be really intense and overwhelming. But I am here to say that this is not a bad thing. In fact, it's often a really important part of the healing process. And this is often highly misunderstood because what a lot of people think is that psychedelic therapy is just a trip to temporarily escape reality. But really, it's almost the exact opposite, because the experience often lets you face feelings and pain that you have been avoiding. And in doing that, healing can actually happen. So why does this pain come up during the experience? Well, most of us carry some unresolved pain, because if there's one trait that is universally shared by all humans, it is that we all like to avoid pain, right? Which means that we often deal with difficult feelings not by directly facing them, but by trying to just get rid of it. And the problem is that for a while this actually works. But over time, suppression or avoidance of pain can really start to wear us down. And the most up-to-date view on what many mental health conditions share is that they are essentially avoidance strategies that have started to backfire over time. So how does psychedelic therapy help with this? Well, this is really beautiful because there are several mechanisms at work here. Firstly, psychedelics can really loosen the defenses around some of that suppressed pain, thereby allowing it to finally come up. Secondly, the psychedelic experience is a very effective teaching tool in why avoidance doesn't work. Because during the experience, whatever you try to resist or push away often grows stronger and stronger until you decide to face it. And the moment that you do, that you turn toward the pain, that's when it starts to move through you. And eventually you come out on the other side. And what many people report is that they feel like a massive weight has been lifted off their shoulders. Now this is known as an emotional breakthrough, and it is one of the experiences that is highly correlated with therapeutic benefits. So now you might be wondering, okay, I understand. It is valuable to turn toward the pain, but how do you actually do that? And that's a very valid question because honestly, it is often a lot easier said than done. The whole design of psychedelic therapy is really meant to help you do exactly that. So working with a skilled facilitator or therapist is really the most reliable way. And a lot happens before the session even begins, during the preparation process, which usually means slowing down, reflecting on your life and noticing where there might be unresolved pain. And if difficult feelings come up during the preparation, well, that's your first chance to begin practicing turning toward them instead of away. During the experience, there are a few simple but very effective tools. So let's get into a couple. The first one is acceptance. Let whatever arises just be there. In that moment, you don't need to fix it or even understand it. Try to stick with the feeling and not with what you think about the feeling. The second one is grounding techniques. When it gets too intense, it can be very helpful to use techniques like putting your hands on your chest and stomach and just focusing on breathing deeply and slowly, centering yourself in the here and now. The third one is somatic release. You might feel a strong urge to cry, scream, shake, or throw up. And as long as it's safe, this is totally okay. Just let it happen, because that's the body's way of releasing negative energy. And lastly, if you're with a therapist or other trusted sitter, it's really amazing how helpful it can be to have somebody there for you when it gets tough. So really try to make use of this if it is available. Now, I have so much respect for people who go through this process. It's really one of those things that's incredibly challenging in the moment, but is also deeply rewarding long term. The real healing, though, like always, happens afterwards in the integration and application of these skills. When you learn to sit with difficult feelings in day-to-day life instead of avoiding them. And that's not a one-time thing, that's really a long-term practice. But over time, this is what helps you stay steady when life inevitably throws new challenges your way. A last quick word on safety. As you can imagine, there are some people that carry deeper sources of pain, like real trauma. and that requires especially careful guidance. If that applies to you, it's really important to work with a skilled therapist who can help you navigate whatever comes up. And a good rule of thumb is this: don't do psychedelic therapy with anyone you wouldn't trust to help you with the same issue without psychedelics. Alright, so summarizing, if old pain comes up during a psychedelic journey, remember, it's not a sign that something is wrong. It's really a sign that something deep inside you is ready to be healed. And if you can approach it with acceptance and trust, it can become one of the most freeing experiences of your life. I hope this was helpful, and please share in the comments if you ever had an experience like this and what it did for you. And oh yeah, like and subscribe for more in-depth videos about psychedelic therapy. Thanks for watching, peace, and see you next time.